there's one thing that sets Superman apart from his fellow superheroes, it's not his incredible strength or unwavering determination, but rather his profound compassion for all forms of life. Even in the face of insurmountable odds, Superman never hesitates to lend a helping hand, often putting himself on the line to save others. Such is the case when the Man of Steel receives a desperate plea for help from none other than the Flash. Yes, you heard that right. The Flash, one of DC's most beloved heroes, has found himself in dire straits, and it's up to Superman to mount a daring rescue mission and save the day. But how exactly did the Flash get into such a pickle? What does this mean for Superman, who often prides himself on being a beacon of hope and justice? Let us delve deeper into this intriguing scenario and find out just how Superman managed to pull off such a feat. In the latest issue of Detective Comics, we witness a shocking turn of events that sees the normally quick-witted and speedy Flash fall prey to the sinister machinations of his archenemy, Gorilla Grodd. In a cruel twist of fate, Grogu manages to overpower the Flash, trapping him in a cage and threatening to annihilate him if Superman attempts to interfere. Faced with this grim ultimatum, Superman is left with no choice but to comply and watch helplessly as Grogu makes his escape with the Flash in tow. However, Superman refuses to give up. Instead, he activates his Fortress of Solitude, enlisting the aid of the Justice League and Zero Hour members to track down the whereabouts of Grogu and the Flash. Together, they form an unlikely alliance, utilizing their combined powers and resources to scour every inch of the multiverse in search of their missing friends. Their efforts lead them to the desolate wastelands of New Genesis, where they discover Grogu's hideout. With a heavy heart, Superman bids farewell to the rest of the League, deciding to go solo on this dangerous mission. He prepares for the worst, bracing himself for a showdown with Grogu and his army of genetically engineered super soldiers. But what he finds instead will leave him shocked and heartbroken. Upon arriving at the scene, Superman is horrified to discover that the Flash has already been subjected to cruel experiments. His body twisted and distorted beyond recognition. But that's not all. The sight that greets him next is even more disturbing. Brainiac, the ruthless ruler of Kalu and one of Superman's greatest enemies, is standing over the Flash's lifeless body, holding a device that emits a green glow. It looks like Brainiac has already dealt a fatal blow to the Flash, leaving Superman devastated and filled with a burning desire for revenge. But before he can make his move, he is confronted by Grogu, who reveals that he was only a pawn in Brainiac's sinister game. Brainiac had lured Grogu here under the false pretense of needing his help to defeat Superman. Now that his part of the bargain had been fulfilled, Grogu was expendable, and Brainiac made that clear by knocking him out cold with a single punch. Enraged by this betrayal, Grogu teams up with Superman, forming an uneasy alliance to take down Brainiac once and for all. However, things don't go smoothly as Brainiac proves to be a formidable opponent. Despite their combined powers, Superman and Grogu find themselves outmatched, as Brainiac unleashes a barrage of powerful attacks against them. Just when it seems all hope is lost, Grogu sacrifices himself, allowing Superman to break free and confront Brainiac one-on-one. As the two enemies engage in an epic battle, Superman uses his super hearing ability to gain the upper hand. It previously used this power to fool Doomsday, and now he employs the same tactic to deceive Brainiac, making it appear as though he were losing the fight. This ruse works like a charm, causing Brainiac to become complacent and lower his guard. Seizing on this opportunity, Superman unleashes a powerful blow, sending Brainiac crashing through a nearby wall. Although he is still conscious, Brainiac is now vulnerable and at the mercy of the Man of Steel. With a heavy heart, Superman decides to show mercy, sparing Brainiac's life and leaving his fate in the hands of the authorities of New Genesis. As the dust settles and the battle comes to an end, Superman is left to contemplate the tragic loss of the Flash and the lengths to which Brainiac would go to achieve his goals. He had never seen Brainiac display such ruthlessness, and it left him shaken to his core. But despite the tragedy that unfolded before him, Superman remained steadfast in his determination to do good. He knew that the Flash would not want him to give up hope, and he would honor his friend's memory by continuing to fight for justice and equality for all. The death of the Flash is a devastating blow to the superhero community and the world at large. But but Superman is determined to ensure that his friend's death was not in vain. He will continue to strive for a better world. A world where all beings can live in peace and harmony without fear of persecution or annihilation. The burden of responsibility weighs heavily on Superman's shoulders, but he knows that he is not alone in this fight. He has the love and support of his family and friends, as well as the unwavering belief in the goodness of humanity to sustain him. Despite the challenges that lie ahead, Superman remains hopeful for a brighter tomorrow. He will honor the legacy of the Flash by continuing to be a beacon of hope and inspiration for all those who believe in him. Now let's talk about how Superman managed to pull off such a daring rescue mission. His strategy was nothing short of brilliant. First, he turned to the Fortress of Solitude, his personal sanctuary located in the Arctic Circle. Here, Superman was able to tap into the vast knowledge and resources of the fortress to track the Flash's energy signature. With this advanced technology at his disposal, Superman was able to narrow down the Flash's whereabouts to the planet New Genesis, a world of beauty and wonder, but also fraught with danger and uncertainty. Upon arrival, Superman was greeted by a sight that both surprised and saddened him. He found the Flash lying motionless on the ground, his body broken and battered. Despite the grim circumstances, Superman refused to give up. He knew that the Flash was one of the most powerful and resilient superheroes in the DC universe, and he refused to believe that he was truly gone. With renewed determination, Superman began searching for any sign of life. And to his relief, he soon discovered a faint heartbeat. Seizing on this glimmer of hope, Superman wasted no time in springing into action. He used his super speed and agility to navigate the treacherous terrain, all while keeping a close eye out for any signs of danger. As he ventured deeper into the unknown, Superman's hopes began to rise. He could feel the Flash's life energy calling out to him, and he was determined to answer that call. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Superman came across a small opening hidden amidst the dense foliage. And as he peered inside, he saw something that made his heart soar. There, lying on a bed of soft moss, was the Flash, his breathing weak and shallow, but his heart still beating. With a surge of adrenaline, Superman rushed to his friend's side and began performing mouth-to-nose resuscitation. It was a risky move, but Superman was willing to take any chance he could get to save the Flash. To his immense relief, the Flash's breathing soon became stronger and more regular, and he was eventually able to be revived. Overjoyed by his friend's recovery, Superman wasted no time in getting him back home. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows over the horizon, Superman carried the unconscious Flash back to his own home, a cozy cottage nestled in the suburbs of Metropolis. Once there, he placed his friend on the couch and gently closed his eyes, hoping that the Flash would wake up soon. And true enough, not long after, the Flash stirred and slowly regained consciousness. Overwhelmed with gratitude, the Flash looked at Superman and stammered out a thank you, unable to fully comprehend how he had been saved. But deep down, he knew that he owed his life to his heroic friend. And so, as the two heroes embraced, they knew that their bond of friendship was unbreakable. Forged in the fires of adversity and tempered by their shared experiences. Despite the danger they had faced, Superman and the Flash were grateful to have each other by their side, ready to face whatever challenges might come their way. And stay tuned for more updates on your favorite superheroes.
Follow Unlimited League Zone. Like, share, and subscribe for more superhero battles.